Leftover modern women having meltdowns. Like the video, subscribe, stay on the path of progress. Let's get into it.
Mom! Put me back! I wake up every morning, I work, I have bills, I'm too big for the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese. This sucks!
Am I too old to be here?
Kiddos.
What? Am I too old to be here?
No, of course not.
Does it look weird that I'm here?
No, not at all.
Am I hotter than these little...
Yes, you look amazing.
How old are you?
I just turned 29.
Recently?
Last year.
So you're 29?
Last year.
And how old are you right now?
1 more year older.
So 30?
Yeah.
50 single. Sometimes I feel too old to fall in love again. Is that true? Honestly, yeah. This is the harsh reality, and the data does not lie. According to a Harvard and Yale study, a college-educated woman has a 5% chance of getting married at the age of 35 if she's single. The study also projected that a woman's chances of getting married drop to 2.6% at the age of 40. If these women aren't married by at least 35, their odds are almost zero. They're very, very low.
There are consequences to saying the N-word.
Why? How do you know? How do you know?
I was just thinking, I'm probably going to be alone for the rest of my life. How many of you are alone and like are okay with it? Like are okay with it? Like
I think most men are happy to be alone, whereas most women hate being alone or feeling unattractive. 100%. Most men embrace solitude. Women don't know how to do this. Facts.
Inside this stupid body, I am still young. I still feel. I still want. I still dream.
Can you imagine your grandma, your ma, making videos like this on TikTok? When women don't have children, they don't have a family, they don't have a man, they don't have any of these things to focus on as they age. I swear they either turn into basically like the hermits that don't want to be in public at all, or they just do some wild stuff for attention. That's one of the reasons why you see all these Karens nowadays, you know?
I need my algorithm to give me more people who are 30 and like just starting over. Or give me more people who like started to make it at 30. Because I'm feeling those things of like, there's no point even trying. Because you turned 30 recently. There's no point even trying. And I know that is unproductive. Like, I'm aware that that thought is also what's going to keep me where I'm at. Because that thought is also why I'm not where I want to be. And I'm not even that far off. Besides what you're seeing here, and that's not my fault. The dryer was up. The dryer, it took an hour and a half to get me clothes that had to be draped all over my apartment. And guess what? I like the apartment. That's sick, right? My life, not like that astronomically far off and from what I want it to be, but I also might just be saying that to make myself feel better. You know what I mean? But all around happy, other than everything that is not there. But you know what I mean? So if you're feeling like, hey, I feel like I'm too old to be working on this, or I thought that, but then I got somewhere, let me know, because I feel like...
Okay, so say you're a guy dating today, you're looking for a long-term girl, you're looking to start a family, all this stuff, right? Most men, if they could have their pick of the litter, almost none of them would pick a 30-year-old. I'm just being honest, and there's a lot of reasons for that. If you are a 30-year-old woman, you don't have any children, you don't have any guys that have taken you seriously, you don't have a house by then or something like that, what have you been doing with all of your youthful, beautiful years? What were you doing in that time? And obviously there's tons of things that she could have been doing, but basically starting a family was never a priority for her at all. She waited up until the very last moment being like, oh, wait, where's my family? My family's supposed to be behind me. It was supposed to happen. It's not there though. So chances are spent most of her time on her career, maybe going to the clubs, having a few situationships, nothing too serious, and father time is undefeated. Can't defeat that guy. Why would a man take her seriously if she hasn't taken her life seriously?
Can I ask what you guys think about a 48-year-old dating a 19-year-old? Because I'm kind of torn. Usually I have the mindset of, oh, if you're an adult, like, you can choose to live your life how you see fit as long as you're not harming anybody else. And these girls that date Leo, like, they know what's going on. They know that the time is limited, or at least I hope they do. But at the same time, their age difference is the same between me and my dad. I also believe that there's, like, levels to being an adult, so I'm 23. That's, like, 5 years old in the adult world. If you're 19, you are 1! If you choose to believe my logic on this, that would make Leo 30. This is him at 29 or 11 in the adult world, the same year that his new girlfriend was born. This is what he would look like if they were somehow the same age right now. This is like what's eating Gilbert grapes, Leo. Look at his baby face. And it's not about looks. I'm trying to say that these are like very different kinds of adults. Why won't age-appropriate women date him?
This is biology. Women are attracted to an experienced man that has success, that's made something of himself, and men are attracted to the hot 20-year-olds. That's it. That's biology. Although I won't lie to you guys, when I see those like 75-year-old grandpas and they're going to the Philippines and they're getting this like, 18-year-old girl, that makes me cringe deep down. There is something just unsettling about seeing that image. But who knows, bro? It's like I'm 29 years old right now, and I imagine I will always find those type of girls attractive, the 20-year-olds. So who knows where I'm going to be in 50 years. But still, I can't help it. Every time I see it, there's just that little bit of like, that's weird. Even in Leo's case, he's 48. That's still kind of like on the line for me personally. I feel like if you're beyond, say, 55 or even 60 or something, that's right at the cutoff for me.
My 30-something-year-old women who don't have kids yet, but you want kids, but you feel like you're running out of time to have them. Where are you? Because same.
Everywhere. They are and everywhere.
I'm 32, and I just feel like I'm in this place in my life right now where I'm a little selfish. I just moved out and bought my house in December with my boyfriend, and I just feel like I want kids eventually. Like, I definitely want children, but I don't want them right now.
Eventually?
But then I'm like, am I getting too old? Like, do
yes,
I need to get a
you
move
do not
on?
have time.
I'm not married yet. I would like to be married before I have my kids. Like, I just feel like there's so much to do, and like,
I thought about this 10 years ago.
So, and every time I see my aunt, she asks me when I'm freezing my eggs. Can anyone relate? Like, 32, definitely want kids someday, just don't want them right now, but like, when's it too late? I don't know.
It's too late. There is no sense of urgency. You are running out of time. The test is due tomorrow morning, and you're procrastinating. So one thing, if you are considering dating a woman in her 30s or even later 20s, you really need to understand this about where they are at in their lives at that moment. You have to see that they are now starting to understand that their time is running out. And a lot of the times they're just looking to scoop up any man that is around them, okay? And you can still date these women if you want to, just understand what you're getting into. Women have the dual mating strategy, okay? In the early 20s, the most fertile and youthful years, it's the alpha dating time. They just get with the biggest Chad that they can find and try and keep him around. But they usually just end up jumping from alpha to alpha, Chad to Chad, never being able to lock them down. And then in the back half of the 20s, about 28 to 29 on, that's when she'll start to take dating more seriously and start to look for a long-term man. And that's when they start to look for those more beta qualities. Okay, does this guy have a good job? Is he secure? Is he gonna be nice to me and not leave me? So again, do what you guys want with your life, but just know that going into it.
I turned 30 this year, and I'm sure lots of women will resonate that turning 30 comes with so much judgment. I feel like people were like, oh, why isn't she engaged yet? Like, why did she leave her past relationship? Does she still live there? Is she still working there? How come, like, doesn't she want kids? Like, what is she doing? But honestly, like, I've never been more free and happy in my entire life. Like, the other day I was at the beach with a couple of my close friends, and we were talking about how we all turned 30 this year, and like our 20s were just like, we like don't even know what happened. Like, all these things happen to you in your 20s, and they just happen to you. Sometimes, like, you can't control. Actually, many times in life you can't control what happens. But like, now that we've gotten to a stage in our lives where we have like more stable jobs, stable income, stable friendships, and we're like, holy, like, what the f was going on in our 20s? And I think the biggest difference between me in my 20s and me now is that I just do things for myself. Like, I think especially in my like early to mid 20s, I just genuinely didn't know what I wanted. So I had to go through a bunch of things to realize, oh, this is the kind of life I want. This is the kind of friends I want. This is the kind of music I like. This is the kind of man I like. Like, it's just, you don't know these things until you go through a bunch of different experiences.
So she basically became the beta male provider in her own life. She now has all of that security that a beta would have provided her. She's become her own husband. And here's the thing, she could be completely genuine. Maybe she's totally happy. I imagine there is elements of truth to that. You know, she's just hanging out, she can kind of live whatever kind of lifestyle she wants, chilling with friends and that kind of stuff. But here's the thing, there is no long-term thinking in this whatsoever. It will not stay this way where you're at right now, just being able to hang out with friends all the time. If you look 30 years down the line, where are you going to be? Where are you going to be? Do you think all of your entire friend group is going to stay together in the city? Think your lifestyle is going to stay the same? No, they're going to want to move on to have children and a family as well. And that's the thing with a lot of people today, because it's not just a woman thing. They're living for the moment, living for now and nothing else. There's no even thought of the long term. And if she keeps this exact same mindset for the next 30 years, she's going to be alone. She's just going to be that cat lady that we're always talking about. And again, you do you. It's your life. But that is a miserable existence.
Hey guys.
Hi.
This is just me having a meltdown. I get married tomorrow. And the smile.
If you're anxious around your birthday and stress about getting older, then this video is for you. I'm in my mid-30s. I stress about my birthday every year. And I cry at least once. Like, oh my God, another year older. I should be at this place in my life. Like I don't have a house yet or kids. Like if you've been there, you get it. Then someone told me this and it completely changed my perspective. It is a privilege to live another year. It is a privilege to live another day. And man, it is a privilege to be alive. It does derive from a famous quote. I believe his name is Marcus Aurelius. Please don't hate me if I'm mispronouncing that. Life is precious. Here I am stressing about getting old. I'm also a member of the LGBTQ community. The world has become scarier for us, like a lot. So you see, to celebrate another year, I will forever consider it a privilege.
Man, because it's even hard to feel bad for these kinds of women because they are making their own choices. They are making their own life choices that lead to a lifetime of loneliness. And if you try and tell them otherwise, say there's a woman this age watching this video right now, she's gonna call me misogyny, it's misogyny. When I'm telling you, you are standing on a railroad track and there's a train heading right towards you and it spells doom right on front of it. Doom, loneliness, depression for the rest of your life right on this train. And if you don't move, this thing is going to run you over. But no, misogyny, it's misogyny. This isn't advice. I want my fantasy, misogyny.
I want a job. I don't want to be a corporate girly. I don't want to climb the ladder. I don't want to be a boss babe. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to be the breadwinner. I do not want to do that. You know what I want to do? I want to be home. I want to be cooking in the kitchen. I want to be cleaning. I want to be shopping. I want to be making brownies. I want to be cooking dinner, making homemade meals every night, almost every night. I want to do all the things.
Okay, good. So promote that message to 20-year-old women. Promote it to the women that still actually have a chance at that future. If she says, you're wasting my time, she is left over, 100%. These are the kind of women that you'll be on a date with, and they will say like, okay, well, do you want children? Do you have a good job? How much money do you make? Like they need to get all of these logistics out of the way, because that is not a joke. They are running out of time. So they have to be more practical about this. Do you have any children? Do you have a good relationship with your mom? Are you toxically masculine? The house is burning down and she's trying to gather up everything she can. Is this real? Your co-parent shows up at your house and does something disrespectful.
What is all this? What is all this?
A few moments later.
You gonna learn today.
Oh, wow, okay. Wow, that was real, jeez. Yeah, that's a huge yikes, dude. That's a big yikes. That's a big yikes. Hopefully you can get a restraining order or something. Don't have to deal with that anymore.
A man was working at McDonald's and he treated you perfectly the way you wanted him to.
I would not date him.
And that's what she said too. That I literally said
you can't even get where are you gonna
everything.
Can I ask?
Where the hell? What is he supposed to give me?
Loves you.
What is he supposed to give me if he works at McDonald's?
He gives you the attention.
Go get a better education. And
Quite brazen. Yeah, well, it looks like it. You're quite brazenly.
Looks doesn't define
when I'm speaking,
education,
it's best that your face stops moving. So when you're judging a man quite brazenly and quite actually disrespectfully because of the income that he earns, perhaps he doesn't have an intellectual aptitude, but he's a good person and he'd treat you really well. As somebody who is a What is your standard that makes you so much better than him?
I have like much more than just as a job though.
What is your standard that makes you so much better than him?
So McDonald's is worse than being a.
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm a sugar baby.
You have to people for money.
Yeah.
What makes you better than that, man?
I'm not saying I'm better than him, but I'm saying I wouldn't date somebody. I would wonder why he's working at McDonald's.
McDonald's actually has a really high minimum wage.
No, they don't.
Do you think that most?
No, they don't. They pay like what? Like almost 15.
Well, I
That's
think
not a lot of money.
So the way you feel about the guy who works at McDonald's,
yeah,
that's the way men feel.
That's fine. Everybody can have their own opinion.
But
Fine.
their opinion would be more logical than McDonald's.
Sure.
Yeah. She was so like. She was so on getting a man that makes over 100K. I think she would actually leave.
She knows they're right. That's why she's upset. This is one of the craziest things about the modern dating world, is that a dude that works at McDonald's is basically the same sexual marketplace value as a pay-to-play woman like she is. But the women over here truly think they are better than this guy. But no, their value is exactly the same. The guy working at McDonald's has more self-respect than she ever will have. And it's funny she said that because my wife worked at McDonald's when I met her, and I'm loving it ever since. Oh, that's cool. But this is just more evidence right here. Men have no issue whatsoever with a girl that would be working at McDonald's. If she's a good woman, she brings value to his life, she's beautiful, hell yeah, any man would get with her. But most women would see a male McDonald's worker as lesser than them.
Your ideal date? Like, you just bring me to like literally nowhere? This is the date that you had me dressed up in a dress and everything?
Do you cook for me? Do you clean the house? Bro, we literally had to hire a maid just to clean their house because you literally didn't want to do that. We go out to eat every single day because you don't cook. Yes, this is a date for you.
This is just a money sinkhole. You're taking her out on dates. You're paying for her, you're doing your masculine role, and she is not doing her feminine role, and she's costing you even more money just based off the fact that she is not doing her role. She's not bringing value to the table. Bro, get him out of here, man. This is a money sinkhole. Packing my man's lunchbox for work at 6 a.m. Yo, is that the wife you're at? This is the wife tap, alright? See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. If she brings value into your life, little things like that, okay? If she's able to wake up a little bit before you, get all your food made before work, just so you can sleep a little bit extra, so you can have a little bit more energy to go tackle the world, that's the wifey type right there, man. That's value.
Oh, you took us to a museum for our first date?
Yeah, this is a good experience.
How much was the ticket?
Oh, it was free. What you mean? Oh, this is a nice campus, right? I like the art. You like this art?
I mean, it was free to get in here, and I'm sure somebody liked the art.
How you like the museum?
It was cool, but are you gonna take us out to eat or something?
Yeah, I'm really feeling this right here, this taco stand.
Can you just take me home?
Shit, I walked here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Shit, what you mean? It's LA.
I don't date broke niggas.
Dude, such a yikes. Mashed potatoes has more personality than that. Yikes, dude. Big yikes, big yay. They're not chasing men, they're chasing ATMs. Women used to play hard to get, now they're hard to want.
He broke up with me because he was like, I'm never gonna be the guy who posts you on Instagram or who buys you flowers, which I thought was stupid. And then now I hear that he has a new girlfriend and they're traveling around Europe together and he posts her on Instagram. He refused to ever post me. Now a year later, he can date someone and like happily be posting her. Even though I don't even want him anymore, it's like the principle of things that makes me salty. And it's just like annoying because like people or society, they'll say like, oh, it's because they don't like you enough. And I just never felt like that was like an adequate explanation. And it's like the same thing with it's like where he was like, well, I just didn't like you enough. That's why I treated you so poorly in the end. It's just this stupid way for these men to not take accountability for being a shitty partner. And it's like they always are like of the idea of like, well, one day I'll meet the right person. For the right person, I'm suddenly going to become this like very romantic and amazing partner. This person's going to be so perfect that they're going to bring out these characteristics in me that I've never had with anybody else. I hate flowers, but I'm going to like them so much that I'm going to buy them flowers. I'm going to be inspired by them flowers because I liked them. I liked them so much more than I could ever like you. That's what it seems like they're saying, like as if it's my fault. Me getting treated shittily by them is somehow my fault because I wasn't enough. I couldn't make them like me enough. I couldn't elicit strong enough feelings from them for them to treat me right. Like I couldn't make them treat me right because I wasn't enough. And it pisses me off because logically that is so stupid. Admit that you don't care about me. Don't say that you think all these positive things about me and yet decide that I'm not good enough or like that I'm not what you want. Like don't do this like weird gaslighty like back and forth thing. Just be straight. Because to me, if I really thought the world of somebody, even if they weren't a romantic match, to change and be better. Yeah, I'm sick of being this like casualty.
This is really simple. This guy just genuinely didn't like her that much. Basically treated her like a side chick, and she just can't handle it. That is what it is. The guy probably had pretty high value, I assume, pretty out of her league, and that's why this breakup hits so hard, because she knows that she'll never be able to get a guy like that again. But you just see all the mental gymnastics, all the emotional damage, like, just wow. The Asian girl didn't say one thing that was right. He didn't like you. Get over it. Happens to the best of us. Sounds harsh, but that's what it is. Like the video, subscribe, stay on the path of progress. I'll see you later.